At the sidelines of the annual Emiratisation Summit taking place here in the capital, I am being joined by Asa Al-Mulla, the Executive Director of Emirates National Development Program. Now Asa, first of all, the summit is happening alongside Tawdeef, the recruitment show here in the capital. There are 26,000 job seekers, 2,000 jobs available. Is this a big improvement over the years?
Honestly speaking, it's a big improvement, especially if you are considering the unemployment percentage and numbers. It's actually not decreased big time. From 2000 till 2011, we can find that even the mindset of the UAE nationals started to change. Okay, are we satisfied now to the level where we have reached, or we have actually thinking of improving it? It is no. Which it means that we need to work much more, and also to improve the level of changing the mindset of the nationals to be in different areas.
What we noticed here is that government departments or organizations still outnumber private organizations. I understand you have initiatives in order to improve the participation of private companies in the whole nationwide Emiratisation program.
Actually, traditionally, or looking, to the history, we find that the majority of the UAE nationals, they are preferring, joining the government sectors, and this is very common. We started actually from 2005, initiating new ideas, bringing, something called, encouraging the UAE national to join, the private sector and the only private sectors. So we are promoting the private sector. We are not promoting, the government sector, which it means that we start, investing heavily in terms of our time, money, efforts, and changing the mindset of the UAE nationals to start think of moving from, let's say, the traditional way of thinking to the non-traditional way, by moving and working on sectors where it is normally not a fruitful sectors for the Emiratis. So for that, the Emiratis, they thought that that we are serious, and we are actually providing the best solution for them to get a job first of all, and the second and the most important thing is to sustain our efforts by recruiting more nationals into the private sector.
Now we see more nationals venturing into different industries such as technology, banking, but we'd like to know, among private organizations, what is the average, maybe in percentage, number of Emiratis in any private organization?
Well, this is really very tough questions. However, from our checking on the numbers and figures from time to time, it is, I think, in the best scenario, it is not exceeding 7 or 8%, which it means it's very low. Still, we are having, big chances and big, let's say, spaces where we can, encourage more nationals, to join, the private sectors. And when we are mentioning the private sector, we are actually, encouraging, to join the most tough sectors, which is, the retail sector, the hospital sector. The banking, it's the most mature sectors in terms of attracting more nationals. However, we are now saying that let's bring more nationals to those sectors where we feel that the nationals are not looking to it seriously, by bridging the gaps and making sure that also it will be for them looking for a career instead of looking for a job.
Okay. And finally, we'd like to know, what are your forecasts given your efforts in encouraging Emiratis to join the private sector, and of course the private sector's efforts to employ Emiratis? What are your forecasts? Will this number increase 7 to 8%?
Yeah, definitely, because I think the government are actually investing a lot on that. The investment here, which I'm referring to, it's not the money, it is the efforts and the time which they are actually now thinking seriously of how to maintain, let's say, the type of nationals who are graduating from the school levels, not only the universities. They started thinking seriously of implementing the career guidance from the school levels, which it means that in the coming few years we'll see that that the UAE nationals are already having the different attitude by joining the different sector, and mainly the private sector, and this will lead to get more numbers and more percentage of the Emiratis within the private sector.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thanks for you.
Asa Al-Mulla there, the Executive Director of Emirates National Development Program, speaking today at the Emiratisation Summit in Abu Dhabi.